Have you ever walked away from an encounter feeling lighter? No, not lighter in spirit, but lighter as if something was taken from you, as if your own vibrant colors have been subtly muted, leaving you in a haze of gray. We are often taught that compassion means offering an endless supply of our energy, our time, our very essence. But what if the hand you are offering is being pulled into a current that has no end? A current that doesn't seek to be filled, but only to feel the sensation of pulling something in. From a space of deep awareness, we find that some individuals move through the world not with malice, but with a profound emptiness inside. Like a hollow reed, they create a beautiful sound only when the breath of another passes through them. Alone, there is only silence. These are not demons in the way old stories tell them. They are human spirits lost in a deep shadow, and to protect your own light, you must learn to recognize their presence. This is not a journey into judgment, but into discernment. Together, we will walk through the 5 signs that you are in the presence of an energy that drains rather than shares. This is a roadmap to reclaim your own sacred space. Before we begin, I want you to make a silent promise to yourself, to honor your own energy. If this promise resonates with you, I want you to declare it. Go to the comments and write, "My energy is my own." By writing this, you are planting a seed of awareness. You are telling the universe that you are ready to become a guardian of your own inner light. If you are committed to this path of self-preservation and deep insight, then join our community on this journey. Subscribe to this channel so that we may continue to explore these truths together. And if this message immediately brings someone to mind, perhaps share this with them. You never know whose life you might change. Now, let us begin. The first sign is what ancient wisdom calls the bottomless well. In these interactions, you are not a participant, you are a resource. Think about a time you sat down with someone, perhaps for a coffee. You had your own news to share, a small victory at work, a worry about a family member, a beautiful sunset you witnessed. Simple things that make up the texture of your life. You ask them, "How have you been?" And that single question unlocks a floodgate. For the next hour, you are the silent audience for an unending monologue of their dramas, their injustices, their needs. The energy in the space is not a circle, it is a one-way street flowing directly from you to them. You nod, you offer advice, you pour your focused, compassionate attention into their world. Then, you part ways. As you walk away, a strange realization dawns on you. They know nothing of what has happened in your life since you last saw them. They never asked. Your cup, once full, now feels completely empty. The laws of nature itself reveal a universe built on reciprocity. The sun gives its light to the tree, and the tree gives its oxygen to the air. The river gives its water to the ocean, and the ocean gives the rain back to the land. This is the sacred rhythm of existence, a constant, graceful exchange. An energy that only takes, that is fundamentally incapable of participating in this exchange, operates against the very current of life. This is not a personal failing. It is the sign of a spirit that has forgotten its own connection to the universal source. It believes it must siphon life force from others because it cannot feel the infinite wellspring within itself. You are not helping them by allowing this to continue. You are merely becoming a temporary fix for a permanent internal disconnect. See this dynamic for what it is. It is not a cry for more of your help. It is a clear, compassionate signal from the universe telling you that you are pouring the precious water of your own life into a vessel with no bottom. The second sign is the subtle but persistent planting of a seed of doubt. This energy cannot tolerate the light of your growth or the warmth of your joy. You come to them with wonderful news. You've received a promotion, started a new healthy habit, or found a partner who truly sees you. You share this news with a heart full of light, hoping they will share in your celebration. But they don't. Instead of meeting your light with their own, they meet it with a shadow. They might say something like, "That's great, but are you sure you're ready for that much responsibility?" Or, "I'm so happy for you. Just be careful, these things often end badly." It is a pinprick to your balloon of joy. The comment is veiled as concern, as wisdom, but its energetic signature is one of dismissal. They subtly reframe your victory as a prelude to a future failure. You walked into the conversation feeling expansive and confident. You walk away feeling a little smaller, a little more anxious. The seed of doubt now planted in the fertile soil of your mind. From a space of deep awareness, we find that a spirit lost in shadow sees the light in others not as an inspiration, but as a painful reminder of its own darkness. Your success doesn't make them happy for you. It makes them acutely aware of their own perceived failures and stagnation. They are not trying to protect you from falling. They are unconsciously trying to pull you down to the level where they reside, a place where taking risks is foolish and joy is temporary. This isn't born of evil, but of a deep, unhealed wound. They believe that the world is a place of scarcity, where there is only so much light to go around. For you to shine brighter, in their view, means their own world must become dimmer. Recognize that their cautious words are not a reflection of your path, but a direct map of their own fears. True support, true friendship, is like the sun to a flower. It asks for nothing, but in its very presence, it encourages the flower to open and grow to its fullest potential. Do not let another person's winter freeze the spring that is blooming in your heart. The third sign is perhaps the most exhausting to be around. It is the architect of chaos. This individual seems to live in a perpetual storm, and their deepest need is to pull you into the rain with them. You have a friend or colleague whose life is a constant series of emergencies, betrayals, and injustices. There is never a period of peace. If it is not a conflict with their boss, it's a dramatic fallout with a friend or a new, unforeseen crisis at home. They will call you, and the conversation is always urgent, always at a fever pitch. As you listen, you notice a strange pattern. They are the constant element in every single drama. They tell the story with such conviction that they are purely a victim of these external events. Yet, from a wider perspective, you can see how their own choices, their own reactions, their own need for intensity is the very engine creating the chaos. They draw you in, asking for your advice, for your help in calming the storm. But if you do solve one problem for them, another will manifest to take its place almost immediately. The inner world of a human being seeks a state of equilibrium. If the inner world is filled with unresolved turmoil and a lack of peace, the psyche will unconsciously create external situations that match its internal state. It is a form of addiction, an addiction to the potent emotional cocktail of victimhood, anger, and drama. A state of simple peace feels alien and uncomfortable to them. It's too quiet. The chaos is a distraction from the deep inner work they are avoiding. They pull you in because the intensity of their drama is validated and amplified by your concern. Your presence becomes a part of the theater. You are not a friend. You are a cast member in their never-ending play. Understand this profound truth. You cannot bring peace to someone who is addicted to chaos. You cannot solve a puzzle for someone whose true goal is to remain in the maze. The most compassionate act is to refuse to enter the storm. By remaining in your own center, in your own calm, you offer them a silent invitation. You show them that another way of being is possible, but you cannot walk the path for them. Stay on your own shore and let them learn to swim. The fourth sign is the most difficult for a logical mind to comprehend. It is the ghost of responsibility. With this person, nothing is ever their fault. You might have a conversation about something that has bothered you. You approach them gently, with "I feel" statements, trying to express how their actions impacted you. You might say, "I felt hurt when you said that yesterday." Instead of a moment of reflection, you are met with an impenetrable wall of defense. The conversation is instantly twisted, turned, and manipulated until you find yourself in the bizarre position of apologizing for their behavior. They will say, "I only said that because you were being too sensitive," or, "Well, if you hadn't done X, then I wouldn't have had to do Y." They are masters of blame shifting, experts in psychological projection. You enter the conversation seeking clarity and connection, and you leave feeling confused, guilty, and questioning your own sanity. They remain pristine, blameless, the perpetual victim of your misunderstanding. The human ego is a powerful and fragile thing. The development of a mature spirit requires us to look at our own shadow, to acknowledge our mistakes, and to take responsibility for the energy we put out into the world. It is the sacred act of saying, "I was wrong." The ghost of responsibility is an individual whose ego is so fragile that it cannot survive even the smallest admission of fault. To them, taking responsibility is not an act of strength, but an act of annihilation. Therefore, their entire psychological reality is constructed to export blame. They live in a world where they are flawless, and any problem in a relationship must, by definition, be caused by the other person. You must realize that you are not arguing with a person. You are arguing with a defensive structure that is as old and as complex as the person themselves. You cannot win. Your quest for them to acknowledge your reality will only leave you more drained. The only way to interact with a ghost is to stop believing it has any power over you. Stop seeking validation from someone who is incapable of seeing beyond themselves. The peace you are looking for will not be found in their apology. It will be found in your acceptance that you will never receive one, and your decision to walk away. Finally, we arrive at the fifth and most fundamental sign. It is the wisdom of your own body, your own energetic field. It is the feeling that lingers. It is what you feel in the silence, after the interaction is over. Forget everything that was said. Forget the logic, forget the stories, forget the justifications. Simply bring your awareness into your physical body after you have parted ways with this person. Do you feel energized, inspired and seen? Or do you feel heavy? Do you notice a tightness in your chest, a pit in your stomach, or a sudden, overwhelming need to be alone, to sleep? Do you find yourself replaying the conversation in your mind, a sign that your system is trying to process something that felt incongruent or untrue? Your body is the most honest sage you will ever meet. It does not lie. It has no ego to defend. It is a pure instrument of energetic resonance. And if it is telling you that you feel drained, confused, depleted, or diminished in the presence of another human being, you must learn to trust that feeling above all else. Life force, prana, chui, whatever you wish to call it, is real. It is the subtle energy that animates us. We exchange this energy in every interaction. With some people, the exchange is mutual and uplifting. You both walk away with more than you had. With others, the exchange is one-sided. You have been treated as a battery. The feeling of exhaustion is not a story you are telling yourself. It is a literal, physiological reality. Your energetic system has been depleted. No amount of rationalization can argue with this truth. You can tell yourself that they are a good person, that they are family, that they are just going through a lot. But your body's wisdom cuts through all these stories. The ultimate act of self-love is to honor the truth of your own experience. The signals of your body are the most compassionate guidance you will ever receive. They are not asking you to judge, to blame, or to hate. They are simply asking you to move toward that which makes you feel more alive, more expansive, and more yourself, and to gently, lovingly, and without apology, move away from that which does not. To recognize these signs is not to build walls around your heart. It is to place a gatekeeper at the door. You are the guardian of your own inner world, your own sacred garden. Not everyone deserves entry. Some will come only to trample the flowers, not because they are evil, but because they are not looking where they are going. These signs are not labels to place on others. They are a mirror for you to look into your own relationships, your own patterns, and your own choices. Protecting your energy is not a selfish act. It is the foundation of a truly compassionate life. For you cannot pour from an empty vessel. It is only by keeping your own well full, your own light bright, that you have anything of true value to offer the world. You serve no one by allowing your life force to be drained away. If you are committed to nurturing your own inner garden, to becoming a conscious guardian of your spirit, then I invite you to make this a part of your journey. Hit that subscribe button, not for me, but as a symbol of your own promise. A promise to honor the truth of what you feel and to choose, always, the path of your own light. Walk well and be at peace.